Okay, so this week at the middle school, I have two real things I want to talk about. First, we are doing our African American history unit, and I've begun to reconsider this whole thematic approach to history. Initially, when I started, I didn't really like it because it's not how I process information, but then as I spent some time and got into seeing how the kids did it and how they were able to group thoughts and ideas with a certain unit and a certain title, like they were able to group ideas under the Jazz Age, under the Progressive Era, and it really clicked for them and helped. And I was thinking, wow, for the SOLs, for them to just be able to pull out that one central concept, that would be really good. But this week I began to revise what I had earlier thought about that, because they're doing these photo analysis where they have to walk around and analyze photos, and they have no context. One person looked at a war picture and they thought it was the Civil War. They're jumping from Reconstruction, so that's why they thought it was the Civil War, to the 1950s, to Jim Crow in the 1920s. They're all over the place, and they have no timeline, they have no chronology, and it's really difficult for them. And so I'm kind of going back and forth, like, is it worth it to have them group these ideas but not be able to put it into any kind of chronological order? And the second thing that I really want to talk about is a tough time I had the other day. I had my first crier. A student came up to me and was crying because grades are going out, and he was worried that he would get stuff taken away at home. And it's a really hard thing to deal with because you see a kid and the kid's crying, and so your first instinct is fix it. What can I do to fix it? Big hug, let's hug it out, let's get this under control. But you can't, because you can't enable them. They have to know that they're not doing work for a whole semester has consequences. But it's just, when you see somebody cry over a grade, it just kind of really hits home that they care, and it makes it really hard for me when I'm trying to balance, they have to know that this isn't right, but I can't help the way that I feel. So those are the two things I've been struggling with. I'm hoping that as time goes on, I'll know better how to deal with some of these issues.